shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome to Xbox Frontline Reviews with the King. Now, first and foremost, I want to thank Bethesda, Microsoft, Xbox for getting me and the whole team at ILP a copy of Indiana Jones. Now, we do have a review with all four of us going up later today, so you guys can definitely check that out. But if you just wanted my opinion, my expounded opinion on what I experienced in playing the game and still am experiencing, this is a in-game review. This review is an ongoing process because I haven't finished the game yet, and I thought that this game would be something shorter. Okay, so let me start from the top. Indiana Jones is a perfectly balanced, beautiful looking game. Right now, we have to get the elephant out the room before anything. A lot of people felt that it has to live up to what would you say, Uncharted, with Uncharted cinematics, with Uncharted's what Sony built with Uncharted is a flair of the dramatic, a good storytelling, very pleasing, for the eye. It took what Tomb Raider did and it took it to a level where, of course, you're going to say that it's different because, it raided tombs. It went to uncharted places where games didn't really go. It kind of picked up the torch, if you will, from the movies of Indiana Jones, right? So Indiana Jones probably was the inspiration behind Nathan Drake and his journey, if you say, that was their take on a game that kind of could fit the shoes, if you will, of what Tomb Raider eventually is. Now, when we talk about Tomb Raider, we can talk about Tomb Raider in many different facets, right? Tomb Raider itself can be chronicled as an evolution of the character. If you say Indiana Jones had like a niece, a daughter, if you will, Lara Croft, the character, Tomb Raider, the character, the game is a play off of, not Pitfall Harry. Pitfall Harry was a play off of Indiana Jones, but Lara Croft gave you the feeling of a blockbuster movie in the vein of a heroine who was in the tombs. So it took Indiana Jones and it took the inspiration from the movies and turned it into what I can only perceive as the female Indiana Jones. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing that people may not get, but I want to get this out of the way quickly and early. I believe the game reminds me of a little known game from before. It was Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher's Bay. That game to me was made up from the Starbreeze team, from Trigon, Studios and Starbreeze, that a lot of the gameplay, they brought that along. Now I believe some of the team members over at the studio at Machine Games is some of the people that are there that did help develop this game, to the best of my knowledge. And you can tell by the game, by the fisticuffs, the combat in the game. All right. So we're going to talk about combat. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about graphics. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about intrigue. We're going to talk about story. We're going to talk about story length. We're going to talk about branching paths and stuff like that. But Chronicles of Riddick is an encapsulation early on of what Indiana Jones would be. If anybody liked Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher's Bay, then odds on you're going to love Indiana Jones. And it's that thought process in which I believe that they went with this game in this manner, this first person, third person hybrid amalgamation of a game, if you will. Machine Games is no stranger to when it comes to graphical fidelity. If you've seen their Wolfenstein games in which they actually have the reins and they're actually taking over, you will be super impressed by the length and dexterity of the graphics, the sustained combat, the ability to tell a story. Now, a lot of times in those rooms, those worlds that you were playing in the Wolfenstein movies, Wolfenstein for some, the game has different pathways to get to the ultimate goal. So like if you need to get to one end of the level, there's different ways for you to do so. Sometimes you can sneak past, sometimes you can blast your way through. And it's this know-how and knowledge is with, I understood their graphical powers would be in play. So I never really worried when it came to the graphical fidelity of what Indiana Jones will ultimately look like when it came to Machine Games, because I knew Machine Games can turn out a quality product, and in this quality product they would shine true. So I always knew that they were in good hands when it came to that. But I also understood that the simple AI inside the Wolfenstein games was always an issue, and the limited fisticuffs also was a issue and a determining factor in a lot of those games. Now, from the initial moment I turned on Indiana Jones, I kind of knew it was special because of the scenario in which the beginning of the game starts off. It starts off with a familiar Indiana Jones scene, with a familiar Indiana Jones payoff, instant betrayal, using the whip, tomb raiding. It's unapologetically Indiana Jones. If you're a fan of Indiana Jones movies, well, then this game will not disappoint. This game will definitely deliver that in spades. And now I'm going to rate it on a 1 to 5 scale. We're going to get through that. So graphically, right off the rip, you understood that Indiana Jones was a tour de force, right? And from what I heard, the PC specs on this thing is absolutely brutal. Now, I do believe that I was running at upwards of above 40 to 50 frames per second. Okay. And I do believe that I was running definitely at the upper 4K, probably. I believe that it was 4K frames, 4K. But I could be wrong. I'm waiting for Digital Foundry to come out with their assessment of it. But the game speed was really fast. No stutters, no jutters. I did notice that the cutscenes was a little bit more slowed down compared to the actual gameplay. The actual gameplay actually, took off, and it was exactly what I expected it to be. So I'm right now, I'm 14. Well, no. Now I'm 17 hours in, 17 to 18 hours into the game, and I'm still in the Vatican. The Vatican is a large, very, very, very large hub space. It's kind of like, it feels like it's open world, if that makes any sense, because I thought that the game would be linear in its pathway, but it actually isn't. It's actually way more robust than I thought it would be. Now, I haven't made it to Cairo yet, and I would love to make it to Cairo, but again, and I know you're going to see gameplay and stuff like that that indicates other things, but I just, ask you to watch and listen to my words. The fisticuffs. So, as far as graphical fidelity, I'm going to definitely give it a 5. All right. Because I'm not going to lie. Harrison Ford looks like Harrison Ford. The music cues and everything like that. Everything is true to the essence of Indiana Jones. Gameplay. Gameplay is way more diverse than I initially thought it would be. I thought the gameplay would be shallow. I thought the gameplay would not be as deep, if you will, as other games of this nature. But the reading of the notes, the finding the secrets, the puzzling, the backtracking, the side quests, putting on disguises, different ways that you challenge yourself in this game, different avenues. The game is so diverse. Like, if you give 10 people the game, out of those 10 people, maybe 2 people might play the game the same and get to the same objective the exact same way. But other than that, everyone will play this game, I believe, completely different. The gunplay in the game, I'm not really a fan of using the gun. Even though the gun is available, I felt very capable with the boxing, the parrying, the punching, the grabbing, the leaning, the whipping. I felt very capable with the options that I had in my hand, that I think the gun is probably a last-ditch effort. It's not something that I automatically go to. And that's a departure from when it comes to machine games. In machine games, the gun is definitely what you lead with, right? So I personally will give gameplay, being that I haven't expounded on everything, at this moment, I'm going to have to give it a 4, right? Because gameplay, going from level to level, there's no hand holding. Okay, so you don't know what to do. Everything is, you got to listen to the audible cues. You got to listen to what Indy is saying. You got to look at your maps. You have to navigate. You have to take the time out to pay attention. This is no walk in the park where you're just going to breeze through things. That's not going to happen here. What you're going to do is you're going to pay attention to detail. You're going to give the game the proper attention that it needs. Audible wise, visual wise, you're going to be looking at things, different cues in every room. Every room feels like a little Easter egg and a magic for it to have. So at this moment, because when I give graphics a 5, it's because I know that graphically it's going to blow me away even further, because from the jungle to the Vatican where I am is insane, right? So now, gameplay wise, I heard that the gameplay expounds on top of what I'm doing further. So my gameplay score can actually go up a little bit more, if that is even something that I can really talk about. Be honest with you. I think, they really hit the head on the gameplay when it came to that. AI. Here's where we hit a rough patch. No matter where you put the AI, see, when you put it at the highest level, then it just cheats. And I don't like the cheating aspect of it, right? So I think that's cheesy. And when you play it on normal, I think the AI is too stupid. All right? It's dumb. The enemies fall in line with each other. They go one behind the other. it's not intelligent. And that could be because I have an early build of the game, right? Because it didn't launch yet, launches later on this evening. So again, actually launches tomorrow. So again, I'm at a difficult impasse when it comes to that, So I definitely, the AI is the worst part. Is absolutely, for me, the worst part of the game. Even though the fisticuffs is pretty bad because we haven't elevated since Chronicles of Riddick Butcher's Bay, first person slight, fisticuffs. We haven't elevated past that part. But at the same time, this thing here is a little bit better. It has a little bit more stuff to it. And I hear you get a chance to get more stuff out of it. And okay. But no, AI is still bad. Fisticuffs is like pretty much right behind it. Fisticuffs is a 3, AI is a 3. For me, in that sense, for me, I can't with good conscience tell everybody that the AI is intelligent and I saw something that I've never seen before. No, actually, it's pretty rudimentary and pretty predictable with what's going on. Sound design, from the crack of the whip, from the sound of the gun to Indiana Jones's voice. You couldn't even tell me that wasn't Harrison Ford. That was voice acting. That was crazy, but it's not. From everything, the audible cues. The game is a tour de force. It seems like they had an orchestra, top notch, musical score, top notch, audio composed, everything. Every sound that you hear. I'm wearing my Turtle Beach Stealth 700s, and I hear everything. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience with the headset on, playing the game. I'm sitting there with my Volare pillow, so I'm gaming at long length. And I really didn't expect the audio to be as noteworthy as it is, but the audio is top notch. I give the audio an actual 5 because I didn't expect them to nail the audio mood of an Indiana Jones film. Fun factor. A lot of dudes don't use fun factor when they score their games. I'm going back to how GamePro used to do it. Fun factor is definitely top of the charts. I truly am intrigued at what it is to offer later on in the game because I am having fun with doing things now. The pace, it does slow down because it's about exploration. It's about feeling the mood of the game, and the mood of the game sets the pace. Where if it's a fight for your life in a side quest that you find yourself in with a fight club, or it's a little bit more than that, these things are so exhilarating when you do find a new puzzle, or you do get a new quest, or you do try to figure out this puzzle. Puzzles are pretty deep. So we did graphics, we did gameplay, we did fun factor, and and fun factor, I'm gonna give it up there, because I heard there's more stuff, so I'm gonna give it a 4. Right now, fun factor is definitely going to get a 4. So yeah, we're gonna go with 4 for fun factor. Now, a lot of people's going to tell me, oh, because I am an Xbox stan, that I'm going to be a homer for this game. Oh, I thought the game actually, honestly, will be no more than 15 hours. Well, I kind of blew past that, and I'm still playing. So that's not the case. That's where the surprise came in. Then I talked to Attic, and Attic put in something like 35 hours into the game. And I'm just astounded by that. And then Attic doesn't really do all the small quests. And, I call it book bag hunting, like from Spider-Man 2018. That I do. He won't do all of that stuff, but I do all of that stuff. So, um, yeah, it's like little things like that that takes it to the next level for me as a gamer. So, you know, I'm going to probably squeak more time out of the game. Is it any good? I actually felt that had Xbox tweaked a little bit more stuff, the game could be game of the year contender type of stuff. Elephant in the room, you guys understand that it's going to the PlayStation 5, and am I cool with it? Of course. When I'm playing it, I'm like, it's a damn shame that if this game would have just been locked off from a segment of the populace. I don't think Indiana Jones should be locked off from anybody. With that being said, I didn't think that it should have been announced at that point in time. With my famous quote, they destroyed themselves. Why would they say it then? I just felt that they didn't need to say that then. I just felt that they should have let Xbox have their moment in the sun. And then after this game comes out, then you announce. After a month, you can get into January at one of your shows, and then you can be like, and Indiana Jones, The Great Circle will be coming over to the PlayStation platform. But it was Gamescom, and I was told the reasons why the game was announced for that. With that being said, the game is going to have a total of 4 for me, because those glaring AI issues, the AI and the fisticuffs is a little bit clunky, the punching and the grappling until you get a hold of it. It feels very 360-ish, very Chronicles of Riddick-ish. But the game is going to surprise many. Because if you hate the game off of the merits that it was an Xbox game and now it's available for everyone, then you're going to enjoy it. If you don't like these type of games, then this game won't talk to you. But again, this is not Uncharted. This is not Tomb Raider. This is its own entity. The only closest thing that I say it can be mirrored to is Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. And I really loved that game. I really thought Vin Diesel hit the nail on the head when it came to giving you the Chronicle of Riddick storyline in game form. And he did a great job at it. So, and they do a great job at it here. So again, I honestly feel that this game is going to be worth your time. Now, I do want to see, because Sovereign was the only one that was playing it on PC, and he said it's a monster. I do want to see the baselines for it. I know ACG, one of these guys might have the baselines for it, so I'm going to definitely check that out. But this is Xbox Frontline News Reviews, and the first game is Indiana Jones. What a way to close out the year, Xbox. You definitely have a hit on your hands. I don't know if they're going to continue with this franchise, but if it's a one-on-one, you definitely got the job done, because it is kind of better than most Indiana Jones movies. And I'm going to tell you, it launched inside Game Pass. Well, it launches inside Game Pass for you individuals that do have Game Pass. Is it worth getting Game Pass for it? Yes, because I'm going to tell you at all times, try to play the Game Pass.